Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, your monster Indigo Diamond, here today to give you another video about RuPaul's Drag Race UK Season 3! Woo! I have no idea why my brain was just completely freezing every second I was trying to do that sentence. Before we get into that, make sure you hit that subscribe button, like the video, and tell me down below, who are you rooting for? Now we have two less queens. Not sure I agree with who was in the bottom. We'll get into that. Okay, so this week was Snatch Game. Very exciting. Snatch Game is always one of those ones where it's like people do well, people do awful, just, you know, and sometimes people do just fine, but usually it's either one extreme or the other. It was a interesting. I think it was clear who the winner was for me anyway, and it was clear who was a close second to winning, and then everyone else either did fine or really, really badly. So, I'll go through the characters. So, Theresa May did Margarita Prakatan. I was super excited when she said she was going to do Margarita Prakatan, because I thought she was amazing. She was absolutely hilarious, as a person / character. Margarita Prakatan was just absolutely amazing, and I've been waiting for someone to do her on Snatch Game for ages. I was disappointed by what I saw on Snatch Game. I'm not going to say I'm disappointed by what she did on Snatch Game, just because obviously with Snatch Game they film loads and it's condensed into a really small bite-sized bit that we actually get to see. So the problems I had with it, she might have actually done them in Snatch Game and they might have just decided not to show them. I don't know. For me, she looked amazing. And she sounded great as Margarita. She had a keyboard there, but I feel like, for me, if you were going to do Margarita Prakatan and you were going to do the answers, you would have like done them on the keyboard and kind of done a like random song about it. And I missed that. There wasn't really like any singing. You know, like when when the pandemic first happened, when she was still alive, and she would be doing those like little lives and she'd be like, I will survive, and then she'd start doing it on the keyboard and be like, I will survive. Such a funny person. I wish she was still with us. It might make all the pandemic stuff so much better if she was still around. So I mean, she wasn't necessarily bad as Margarita. I just thought she just could have done more with it. And as I said, for me, it's a case of I don't know if she just didn't do that or she did it and it just wasn't shown on screen. I don't know. I will say for me, she wasn't bad enough to be in the bottom two. There are definitely others I would have put in the bottom over her. So next, let's talk about Vaday. I absolutely wet myself with Vaday doing Nigella Lawson. Now, as soon as I heard she was going to do Nigella Lawson, I sat there and went, oh my god, there is just one thing that I need to hear you say, and that's I need to hear you say Microwave. And she did it, and I was happy, but pretty much any time Ella answered as Nigella Lawson, I was in tears. It was so funny. It was so good. Definitely, for me, deserved the win. I thought her character was amazing. She nailed it. You know, she didn't really have a dud answer. Kitty Scott-Claus, I will say actually, it's quite funny how Ru changed a lot of people from who they were originally doing to the characters they did on Snatch Game. Kitty Scott-Claus is one of them. I can't remember for the life of me who she was gonna do, but she ended up doing Gemma Collins. I don't know why I'm saying it weirdly. And I will say, I did like Cheryl Hole doing Gemma Collins, but Kitty Scott-Claus was 10 times funnier. It was so good. I really enjoyed it. And we did find out that, that Cheryl Hole's Gemma Collins wig was actually Kitty Scott-Claus' Gemma Collins wig that she borrowed. So that's funny. Kitty Scott-Claus, I thought, did a good job. She was funny. She made me giggle. I have no idea. I don't really know anything about Gemma Collins. I don't watch those sorts of shows. But I think it's a credit when you can make people laugh as a character if you have nothing to know about, if you don't know anything about that character. So for me, I enjoyed her, and I definitely think she was a close second to winning. I definitely don't think she won. Krystal Versace, why am I forgetting your name? Yeah, Krystal Versace. I've no idea why I forgot her name. She did Charity Shop Sue. It was not good. Wasn't funny at all. Now, for me, there is someone I would have put in the bottom two over Choriza, and Krystal was in bottom three, and I feel like bottom three would have been, like, I would have put Choriza as safe, kept Krystal in the bottom three, and put someone else in the bottom two. We'll get to her in a minute. It wasn't funny. She had the look down, but the makeup just looked so weird on her, and I do wonder if part of that was because of the fact that Krystal's had her lips done, and then Charity Shop Sue has quite small lips. So it just made it look really weird because Krystal had to draw small lips on her, like, big lips. It looked really odd, the makeup she did, and it just wasn't really anything there. River Medway. She did someone from the same sort of show as Gemma Collins. It was Amy Childs, I think, was the name. No idea who she is. And it's quite funny because Michelle commented on the fact that River only essentially quoted things from season like 1 and 2 of, was it Towie? The Only Way is Essex or something. And honestly, yeah, it was flat. I agree with River being in the bottom two, but there's someone who essentially did the same sort of thing that ended up safe, that I will get to again in a minute, that I think should have been in the bottom two with her. This was... the thing is, she was so confident going into it about being Amy Childs, and yeah, it just didn't really do much. Scarlett Harlett, here we go. So, Scarlett Harlett, I can't remember who she was originally going to do, but she ended up doing Macaulay Culkin. And it was very one note, and she kept just quoting the movies and that. And it was one of those weird things. RuPaul found it so funny, and I sat through every time she answered, completely stone-faced, just being, I don't think this is funny at all. And the thing that baffles me is, things happen like this all the time on Drag Race, but Scarlett was incredibly one note, and all she did was quote things from like the films and that, yet she was safe. Yet River Medway, who was incredibly one note and just quoted things from the show, was in the bottom two and up for elimination. So for me, I would have put Theresa May as safe, and I would have put Scarlett in the bottom again, bottom two. And it's just one of those. It was a baffling decision. It was a baffling episode, if I'm honest. But Vanity Milan. So I can't remember who she did, but I don't know. I thought Vanity made me giggle a few times. And I do feel like the judges were just a lot harsher on her than they needed to be. Like, the harshness that they gave Vanity, for me, would have been more suitable for Scarlett. I don't know. It's just, it was very strange. I feel like they just don't like Vanity, like, at all. And they're just biding their time to get her to go. I don't know. But the bottom two were Teresa and River Medway. They lip synced to Shout by Lulu. It wasn't a great lip sync, was it? I mean, I think if I'd kept someone, I would have kept River, mainly because, like, she did a couple cartwheels. She did something with it. Teresa... I didn't want to see her go, and honestly, if I had my way, she wouldn't have been in the bottom two anyway. Just my opinion. But yeah, it's just right at the start of the lip sync, she took that headpiece off, and she spent the entire rest of the lip sync trying to figure out that wig, and it never worked. And she ended up going home, as well as River Medway. Double elimination. Yeah, I'm not sure really what they could have done more with the song. I think River did the best she could with the cartwheels, but yeah, I just don't know. It was a bit of a weird song to do. I mean, I get they did it because obviously Lulu was there, but yeah, maybe could have picked a different song. I mean, they have singers on all the time and they don't use their music, so wouldn't have been a first. So anyway, let's get into the looks before I start going down this weird rabbit hole. So the theme of the runway was feeling fruity. I'll do the same as I always do, I'll go alphabetically. Theresa May was first. Now, the judges just didn't seem to like this look. I absolutely loved this look. So she's going for the Carmen Miranda sort of thing. I think this is probably one of the best she's looked on the runway. The colour is really complimentary to her skin. She really sold it when she, the campiness going down the runway. I love the headpiece. I love this whole look. I would not change anything about this look. And when she turned around, she'd designed some stickers and put them on her bum. Little touches like that. I don't know. They just really didn't seem to like it for some strange reason. But I absolutely love this look. I thought it was amazing. It baffles me that they put her in the bottom two. For me, it's one of those times where I was just sat there going, you just wanted her gone, really, didn't you? It's the only reason I can think that you put her in the bottom is that you just wanted her gone. Ella Vaday, she's gone for the sort of watermelon. I love the fact that she's got new panels where it's bites have been taken out of her. The one thing that I didn't like about this was she had this cape bit that she had up originally when she started, and it was obviously to show sort of the outside of the watermelon, and then she dropped it, but when she dropped it, it's hanging from her butt. And I don't know, I just thought it was a really odd place to have it hang. For me, I probably would have had it literally at the back of my neck as a sort of cape. And then she still could have had a hood that she held up and then dropped it back. But it looked so weird because she dropped it right at the start of the runway, and then she was just walking down and she just had this long bit of fabric coming out of her butt. I mean, it just was an odd look. I mean, the thing is, that's the only thing I would change about this outfit. Yes, the green of the earrings is a different colour. I still really, I think that's fine. My literal only problem with this was where the cape comes. It's why is it coming out of your butt? Kitty Scott-Claus, this was see, I really like this outfit. I hate the shoes because, again, it's that thing where she's got the bodysuit going right down to the foot, and then she's just got a nude pump. But she's got cherries. She's going for a Little Red Riding Hood with poison ivy randomly thrown in there as well. I mean, as an outfit, I like it. It's just a lot of different things thrown together, though, and honestly, I don't get that cherry is the focal point. I don't see that, this is supposed to be all about the cherries. But apart from that, I like it. I do wish she'd had, common complaint this season, I do wish she had bigger hair. So, on to Krystal Versace. Now, this is dragon fruit. Now, I don't like all the white on it. Now, I know apparently this is what dragon fruit looks like on the inside, so it's perfect for it. I hate that sort of thing where it's you've got a bodysuit underneath and then you just put a bodysuit on top. I do, however, appreciate the fact that the bodysuit goes all the way into the shoe and it covers the shoe, so it's all one big thing. Love that. I like the hair. The judges are starting to turn on Krystal. They were oh, we've seen this look before, it's not really good enough anymore, and it's well, I mean, what was she supposed to do? It's yes, she made that in the challenge, but then you know, she's already got this look for that. I mean, could she have just randomly thrown something together? I don't know. And then they probably would have told her it was crafty. So, I still feel like she looks too orange though. It's just something that only I'm picking up, that Krystal looks really orange with her makeup. River Medway. So River Medway was doing like a bowl of fruit sort of thing. Hair and makeup are stunning. I mean, she has no problems in that area. I do kind of appreciate like the fruit on her. I do kind of wish it was bigger. It just looks a bit small. This skirt that's supposed to be the bowl does not look good, and it looked really bad when she was walking in it, and it made me feel really awful because I was just looking at it going, oh, River, why? I've seen a lot of people say that it reminds them of Tia Coffee's ice cream cone. I still didn't see that was an ice cream cone. I thought it was supposed to be some sort of like coffee or something, or I don't know, anything but an ice cream cone. Yeah, it's a no. Right, Scarlett Harlett. This is the other reason I think she should have been in the bottom over Teresa. This look does not say lime with anything apart from the colour. Like, if you look at this, and the judges pointed it out too, it looks like lettuce. Like, with all the different layers and that, it looks like lettuce. Also, what is all... There's, like, colour underneath. It's, like, grey. Hair looks horrible with this. I really don't. I mean, it is literally... It does look literally like it's just a wig that she's bought that's lime green. She's got it out and she's gone there. Put it on, it's fine. It's not a good look. Yeah, it's all a no from me. Vanity Milan. So, I don't mind this look. So, she's got hair that goes into a bowl and she's got fruit on top. I just kind of wish she'd had just like a fruit hat, like that just goes up like that. It's very plain. It's very plain. Like, I wish she had something more on the dress itself. Now, the judges mentioned the necklace. So I don't mind the necklace in this picture. On the runway, I think when you were like closer up to it, it did look like it would have been better if it had gone. But in this picture, I don't mind it. And, you know, I don't mind the outfit as a whole. It's just, it's very, very simple. It's very plain. That's all I really have to say about that. But yeah, so today we have said goodbye to River Medway and we've said goodbye to Theresa May. I'm very sad because I have grown very fond of both of these queens. So make sure you send them love and support on your social media accounts. Who am I rooting for at the moment? Honestly, it's between Ella and Kitty for me. Like, Ella, this episode... I mean, I've started to get more and more fond of Ella in this episode. I think because it felt like she just let go and was just in the moment, made me really appreciate her. And Kitty, I've just been appreciating the whole time. So I think winner-wise, it's between those two for me, of who I'm rooting for now. Because Teresa was my other one that I was like, I really would like to see you win. But she's gone. River, I absolutely loved, but I didn't see her winning, unfortunately. And honestly, like, Vanity, they just keep saying about the fact that she's just not getting where she needs to be quick enough. Scarlett, I'm just not overly fond of at the moment with how she is in the competition. And Krystal, I still don't think should have had 2 wins at this point anyway, but there we go, that's just me. So leave me a comment down below, let me know who you are rooting for, give me your top 3, I have a top 2 maybe? Yeah, top 2, because honestly the other 3 that aren't in my top 2 are people that, I don't know, they've just not kind of screamed to me, oh my god, I should be in that final. So yeah, leave me your top 3 down below. Let me know who you're rooting for to take home the crown. While you're down there, hit that subscribe button, like the video, and until then, I will see you guys next time. See ya!